Alright, good morning po sa ating mga viewers live on YouTube right now. Before we begin in roughly around 7 minutes, let's take this time for us na magkumustahan po tayo. I could definitely see all the comments on the live chat that we are coming from various places. We have someone from Isabela, someone from Pampanga. We also have people from various provinces and I'm really humbled and honored here as one of your resource person. And I've also been watching some of the key persons that came before me, and it's really a good topic that we are talking about how we can be prepared on this coming on this pandemic, and most and some of the resource person have discussed what does it take for us teachers to be fully equipped in delivering our modules, our lessons online, and napaka-challenging ng ating mga days ahead of us. But before we get into topic, the Filipino this for educators during pandemic, kaway-kaway naman po muna dyan. I would like to know saan po kayo nanggagaling. Can we state the place at saka kung ano po yung mga sikat na pagkain, na lugar, or landmark dun po sa mga pinanggagalingan ninyo. And so I could give a proper acknowledgement po para sa ating mga respondents or para sa ating mga participants this morning. And once again, pakisabi na lang po or paki-mention na lang kung saan po kayo galing. And at the same time, ano po yung mga sikat na pagkain or lugar po dito sa mga places po ninyo ngayon. Ayan, so we could acknowledge you properly during our session. And while doing that, be waiting for other participants to join and log in po para sa ating live stream dito po sa ating YouTube channel. And of course, we would like to acknowledge po the organizers of A-Team. This is such a generous program for everybody kasi this is all for free. Wala naman po itong bayad. It's a help that is to be given to all our participants, particularly sa ating mga kasamahang guro. So, congratulations po so far sa ating A-Team and its organizers. This is such a generous act po, lalo na po sa mga panahon na to na kailangan ng mga guro na ma-equip mga bagong kaalaman. Alright, so I can see comments from our YouTube live na marami pong nanggagaling dito sa Pampanga from Apalit. We have people who are coming from San Fernando, from Porac. We have someone from Taguig City. That's Ma'am Mafel. We also have Miss Elaine Garcia from Bataan. We have people coming from Zambales, Sir Rico Falaminiano. Alright, good morning po at mabuhay po. We have someone from Bustos, Bulacan, Sir Lester. Alright, from Divisions of Pampanga, AJ Sarmiento. Good morning po. Someone is watching from Porac, Pampanga na medyo malapit lang din po dito. I'm residing in Angeles City, known for Sisig Festival, and we are known for the Heritage District. So, good morning po sa ating mga live participants ngayong umagang ito. I'm quite excited to log in actually because medyo bago sa atin ngayon ang pagko-conduct ng mga webinars. I've been conducting series of trainings and seminars before, but this is just my second time to conduct a webinar, and nakakapanibago po, but it's quite exciting and I'm really happy na merong mga nag-a-attend. So balikan po natin ang ating mga live audience. Miss Claudette Cabalya, good morning po. Sir Kevin or Mark Kevin Manalo from Mexico, Pampanga, good morning at mabuhay po. We are having another viewer all the way from Batangas. My mother is from Batangas po, so I'm half Batangueño and half Kapampangan. So yun. We also have someone from Arayat, Sir Jason Mesa, good morning po. Porac National High School, Ma'am Arlita Garcia, good morning po. Same is true, ang origination po ni Ma'am Grace Gomez, good morning po from Porac National High School. Who from Apalit, Pampanga, Honorato Silvestre, good morning sir. Ayan. So, dumadami na po ang ating mga viewers and hopefully mas dumami pa po because this is an opportunity for us para matuto po tayo ng sabay-sabay. Okay? So, in 3 minutes, we will begin po. And I hope marami po tayong matututunan for this session, the Filipino brand of service. Okay. Alright. Meron pa rin po tayong mga viewer all the way from Marinduque. And we have someone from Bacoor, Cavite. We have from Macabebe, Pampanga. Someone is watching also ang ating kabalen, Mark Calma from Okay. So, in few more minutes, we will begin. And I ask for pardon and forgiveness po, no? Medyo maingay po ang ating surrounding. Dahil ito po isa sa mga challenges na kinakaharap po natin kapag nagpapa-webinar po tayo. Because we are all in the comforts in our zones, home rather. Tapos meron po tayong maririnig na manok or aso. And meron din po akong mga kasamahan na mga trainers na minsan lalapit ng kanilang mga anak or tatanungin ka about something na mga relatives behind. And it's just something that we are gonna be expecting when we conduct webinars like this because not everyone have this na magkaroon tayo ng sariling offices sa loob ng bahay. So as of this time, ito, nasa kwarto lang po tayo and this is the safest place of the webinar, free from all the disturbances. Okay? And so I hope everybody and all of you are doing okay and well. Ang dami na po natin nasa online right now. And I'm quite excited to get to know more of you all, guys. Because normally when I conduct the Filipino brand of service excellence po, I talk personally to the participants. I get to know them personally, close encounter. It's just that now we're just gonna be utilizing everything na meron tayo. And right now what we have is the live chat. So should you have any questions po along the way dito po sa ating discussion, feel free to raise them out. So I could browse on them quickly during our probably break time and I will be able to answer them. And hopefully your questions are very substantial and at the same time relevant and related to our topic, which is the Filipino brand of service excellence. Ayan. Parang napakadami po ng taga Pampanga dito, So, ayan. Din Kapampangan talaga, Emo Alili. But I'll be speaking of course in Tagalog or English for our colleagues and our friends who are coming all the way from Zambales, from Bataan, from Batangas para makasabay at makasunod nating discussion. And this is the very culture that I've learned within the family to value education. And this is also one of the reasons na rin po why I am pursuing a career and a profession within the academe. So aside sa pagiging guru po for 12 years, so affiliated right now with the Department of Tourism. And we are conducting modules and we are conducting a series of trainings pertaining to how we could better the tourism industry in the Philippines. Now, it is also important to know that the Filipino brand of some of the modules that I am teaching and I am delivering for the Department of Tourism. And this was brought to you by the department last year lang po. This is a very new project by the now Secretary Bernadette Puyat, that ambitions to spread awareness what Filipino brand is all about. Because we have a lot of issues in the past year to the tourism industry. But dahil hindi naman po tayo pwedeng umupo lang at mag-watch ng kung anong pwedeng gagawin, meron po tayong mga bold actions na ginagawa to better the services of the Filipinos, to better the reception of a Filipino service to visitors and foreign. But saying so, it does not mean that the Filipino brand of service is only meant for tourism. No. The Filipino brand of service is meant for everyone who are facing guests, visitors, not only tourists, but definitely all stakeholders in general. Salamuha po ng ating mga nakakasalamuha po ang maraming tao. Now, it is very special Filipino brand of service excellence amongst the educator kasi po naniniwala ako and I think that teachers are very much why because we have a different podium, we have a different platform that we are talking to a large number of participants and I am pertaining about our classrooms and the members of it. Now, having been the opportunity to talk to large participants, and I'm talking about our students, these are the very generation who will continue what we aspire in the future for the government, for the future for the new generation nga. So since nasa kamay po natin ang pagiging ambassador, I hope that this module will be now part of our daily routine in our classrooms. So, before I formally be discussions of the Filipino brand of service, of course, I would like to acknowledge po the very people who allowed me to conduct the training because meron po tayong mga proprietal concerns regarding this module. This is the module that was created and developed by the Department of Tourism, and pasasalamatan ko po si Director Weng Montesillo for the Department of Tourism Office of Industry and Manpower Development, and Director Ryan Sebastian for to deliver the Filipino brand of service excellence for the educators. Of course, the creator of this module are Professor Eric University of Santo Tomas, Miss Annabel Ochoa, and Ma'am Marian Palabrica, both are ASEAN Master Trainers po. So sila po yung mga nag-train sa amin for us to deliver this module across the Philippines. So the Filipino brand of service is not just only being held dito sa Region 3, but this is the same module that we are teaching across every frontliners in the Philippines. So saan-saan na po kami umabot. Umabot na po kami sa Batanes hanggang down sa Mindanao, delivering the same module. So napakaswerte po ng ating mga guru ngayon na natututunan po natin ang Filipino brand of service. Okay? So, magsisimula po tayo ngayon with the greetings. And I would like to greet everybody. Actually, ginreet ko na po kayo kanina ng mabuhay. So, allow me to greet everybody. Mabuhay po. Ako po, nagagala ko po kayong makilala. So, why do we greet each other mabuhay? And what is it in mabuhay na kailangan po natin pag-aralan? Well, naririnig po natin ang mabuhay. And for the longest time, ito po ang nagiging issues po kasi natin dito sa Philippines. We are suffering from acculturation. Ang tinatawag doon ay we embrace the culture na nakikita natin sa araw-araw okay para sa atin. Ang acculturation po ay somewhat dangerous because natatabunan po kung anong merong kultura meron ang Pilipino. For example, television, nakikita po natin puro Korean novela. Okay? Ano po bang nagiging issue po noon? Natututo po tayong mag-greeting ng Annyeonghaseyo. Na ang Annyeonghaseyo is actually it's a greeting for Korean people. Nakakalimutan natin ano ba ang greeting para sa mga Pilipino. Well, ang very common po para sa ating mga classrooms, ginigreet po natin ang ating mga bata or ang ating mga estudyante ng good morning, good afternoon. Pero hindi po kaya mas maganda na i-greet po natin sila sa word or sa greeting na Noy. And I am pertaining to the mabuhay. Alright? Why are we greeting or why is it important for us to know what is mabuhay? Right. Now, let's try to look at the etymology muna po ng mabuhay. Saan po ba galing ito? Alright? Pagbabasihan po natin ang history, nagsimula na po ang mabuhay sa panahon pa ni Andres Bonifacio. Sinisigaw po yan, mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Si Emilio Aguinaldo na isigaw din po yan. Now, ang mabuhay, it represents a word or it is also congruent to a word long or it could also be may you live. Pwede din pong cheers or in most cases, it could also be me brand of service. Ano po ba ang brand ng mga Pilipino? Sino po ba ang mga Pilipino? Right? Back sa ating mabuhay, when we say mabuhay, it is also The same with how Hawaiians deliver their welcome remarks. Aloha. For Spanish, they would say viva. For Japanese, they would say banzai. Okay? For Thai people, they would say sawadee-kap. Pero, tayo mga Pilipino, nakakatuwa, minsan, hindi natin alam kung ano ba ang proper greeting na binibigay natin para sa mga kapwa natin Pilipino. Much more, paano kung meron pong mga foreigner na visit dito sa lugar natin? Ano yung maiaambag natin na kaalaman sa kanila? Will we be saying good morning? Alright? Dapat po, bago umalis sa atin ang mga visitors na ito, meron po silang pabaon na nanggaling sa atin. And a simple gesture and a simple word of saying mabuhay is already good. Okay? Mabuhay is mabuhay is gender neutral. Ibig sabihin po, pwede ito sa babae. It does not have any time zones. Meaning to say, pwede po siyang gamitin ng umaga, tanghali, or gabi. At it signifies warmth. It signifies welcomeness, and it signifies life. So, ang ambition po natin ngayon ay i-incorporate na natin ang culture at mabuhay greeting in every time that we meet our students. Lalo na po ngayon, online po tayo. So, what for us to open our online classes with a warm welcome of mabuhay? Are we good with that? Okay. Meron pong gesture na kasama ang mabuhay, of which later on I will tell you what that is. Meanwhile, ano po ba ang topic na pag-uusapan natin ngayon? I introduce po the session, the Filipino brand of service. Pero meron pong kasunod yan during pandemic. Okay? As teachers are facing a lot of problems nowadays. In fact, until now, nagkakapaan pa rin po tayo kung ano ang gagawin natin for the next few months till mag-resume na po tayo sa ating mga klase. Well, the truth is, no one is prepared for this pandemic. No one had even anticipated that it would be this kind of huge, or this is kind of a big revamp or roadblock para sa ating industriya, sa lahat ng industriya basically. So, what are the issues that we are facing? We have a lot of issues, in fact. Okay? Isa-isahin po natin. Ano po ba ang mga problema nating mga guro, particularly with the academe and the student, the children, the parents, including us teachers? Well, the truth is, ang dami-dami po nating naririnig na balita regarding the opening of classes, regarding the, resurgence of the pandemic. Hindi pa po tayo natatapos sa wave 1, right? We are not just even ready for what's up. All we have are actually forecast. And nagre-ready lang po muna tayo sa kung ano ang pwedeng maging scenario. And in fact, just even dependent po sa decisions ng government and governing officials and agencies on how we could resume to our classes. Not all teachers are well equipped with how we are going to deliver our online lessons or modules. Now for this, meron tayong mga issues, no? Isa-isahin po natin. This is what I have been picking up from the series of webinars and trainings that I've attended. Now, if we're gonna change our status from quarantine, or rather GCQ, to MGCQ, to ECQ, and all those quarantine status, it is also congruent that we have to look into the reopening of schools. But when we reopen our schools, it means that there is a high probability karon po tayo ng resurgence of numbers. Because the truth is, not are ready to face the online or even the face-to-face discussion or lessons or classes in the next few months. Not everyone. Now, with this, meron tayong mga questions about public health and safety kasi napaka-vulnerable po ng ating mga estudyante, ng ating mga kabataan. 18 below are very vulnerable. Okay? There are some concerns. Number 1, parents. Our parents are actually thinking about finances. Lalo na po ngayon, tigil trabaho lahat. Almost everyone. Kumusta po yung nagtatrabaho on a daily wage? Biglang tigil ang trabaho, plus meron pa po silang pinag-aaral. That is one important question that we need to address relating to education. Okay? Now, aside from the finances, they'll be also thinking about the homework of the students and how they can be able to help the students learn, because not all parents are well equipped to teach their children. Dahil hindi po probably orientation ng ibang magulang kung paano ang magturo ng lessons po pa. So that is one issue that we have now in during this pandemic times. Also, we have an intergenerational gap. Kung magbubukas po ang ating klase this coming August 24, alright, meron po tayong issue regarding maiiwan ang ating basic education. Kung mag-open po ang higher education, which are more equipped with technology, they are more equipped with how they plan ahead, tapos mag-stop bigla ang basic education, magkakaroon po. These factors are actually needed to be considered aside from understanding the balance between the cost and benefit of reopening the class. Now, the question is, handa na po ba tayo sa new normal? This is the very thing and question that we always hear and that we always encounter anywhere on the news nowadays. But asking ourselves as teachers, handa na po ba tayo sa new normal? Okay? Honestly, ito po yung ko last night. If we have problems and if we have setbacks, the world won't stop just to wait for us. Tuloy ang buhay, tuloy ang pag-ikot ng mundo. It's just that how weak po tayo sa ating mga classrooms at saka kulang din po tayo sa mga teachers. How can we address that? I will be repeating the question. Are we ready for the new normal? Well, we have to. We have to work on what we have. Alright? Ito ang isa sa mga magandang trait natin bilang mga Filipinos. Filipino teaching. We are very maparaan. We are very resilient. Hinahanapan po natin ng mga paraan, ng mga bagay na feeling natin at the end of the day, nakakagawa po tayo ng ways on how we will be able to perform our duty and our job. Okay? Now, since we are talking about brand of service at nakita na po natin ano ang issues na kinakaharap po ng mga educators ngayong panahon po na ito, let's try to understand this graph that I have pertaining to how the industries have revolved through time. Okay? Nasa fourth industrial revolution na po tayo. The first industry talked about the industry of mechanization, right? Which happened in the 1700s pa. It was the second industry, which was an industry where ang daming mass production. 1870 naman po naganap yon. Now, nakakatuwa, merong ilan sa atin, nandito pa rin naman tayo sa automation, gumagawa pa rin naman tayo ng mga computers eh. That in fact started in 1969. Ang industry na meron na po tayo ngayon ay tinatawag na Fourth Industrial Revolution or the Internet of Things. Everything right now, computers, by internet, by connection. So it is important for us to understand that our work is heavily dependent on technology and internet. Now, having said this and having been presenting you this fact, paano na po ang ating magiging trabaho ngayon? I was saying, if we are ready for the new normal, kailan pa po tayo magiging ready? Now, the webinar series are being delivered for free by many of the organizations that I know. Let's utilize them. Let's try to get hold of the information on how we could be abreast, could equip ourselves better, on how we could deliver our jobs better. Okay? Now, since napag-usapan po natin ang mga industrial revolution through decades and years, may isang malaking tanong ngayon. Who will reign supreme? On my presentation right now, meron po akong human being and the machine shaking hands. Alright? Kung tatanungin ko po kayo, who will reign supreme, sa tingin nyo po, is it human beings or machine? Okay? Parang ang hirap kumuha ng mga sagot ngayon. Pero these are the things that I would anticipate na isasagot po ninyo. For some of you who will be siding with the machine, Sir, ang mga trabaho po kasi natin are, I was saying, they are dependent on technology and internet. So kung tatanggalin po natin yan, mas mahihirapan tayo. That is true with how we are gonna be delivering our lessons online. If we are gonna be removing technology, internet, laptops, paano pa ang pagtuturo natin? So, that is the side of the machine. But if we're gonna be picking up human beings, some would say, human beings pa rin po ang superior. Dahil kung wala ang humans, wala pong mag-ooperate ng mga machines, which is true enough. Okay? But the truth is, personally, I feel like human beings will always be supreme on everything. Because we are thinking, feeling beings. Alright? Tayo po ay mga tao. We could be capable of everything. Tayo ang gumawa ng machine. But in this fourth industrial revolution, it is also important to understand that there is a symbiotic relationship nowadays with the machine and the human beings. Now, ipasok po natin ngayon ang Filipino brand of service. How will we make our service dependent to technology still heartwarming with a human touch? Okay? Ang Filipino brand of service excellence, I was saying, this is a module to be delivered to all the foreigners alike. Pero dahil po pumapasok na po ang unexpected ngayon na ang frontliners not only need to know this, but everyone. In fact, napapag-usapan po ito sa mga meetings namin at saka sa mga conferences na dinadaluhan ng aming mga kasamang trainer, that the Filipino brand of service should also be delivered to academe, to hospitals, to every industry na humaharap sa mga tao. Because bilang mga Pilipino, tayo po ang nagre-represent kung ano po ang brand ng Philippines. Alright? And that alone, I was saying this at the beginning of our session, okay? Yung mabuhay ay isa lang po sa brand ng Filipinos. That we have to understand na kailangan po nating i-practice, lalo na po tayong mga guro, a different platform. Sabi ko nga, we are talking to various students every day. And what more could be fitting to deliver the mabuhay culture than that of within our classrooms. And besides, our students are the ones who will be working in the different industries. So it's important that they will learn this as now. Okay? Now, the Filipino brand of service actually tells us sino ang Pilipino at ano ang brand ng Pilipino. To understand that further, may tanong po, what is a brand? Okay? Bilang ito din naman po ang ating lesson this morning. Brand can be something relating to logo. Alright? It is related to something like a tagline. Kapag po sinabi nating logo, halimbawa gusto ko pong kumain ng hamburger, tapos na nakita ko ay bubuyog, alright? Alam po natin kaagad na iyon po ay Jollibee. Alright? Ngayon, kung halimbawang bibili ako ng pabango, meron akong dalawang option, or Bulgari. Ano ang bibilhin ko? Both are brands, but meron tayong pipiliin for sure. Something that represents one thing or many things. Now, for us to understand better kung ano pong ibig sabihin ng brand, dalawang klase po ang or dalawang section po ang brand. Ito yung brand at saka po brand image. When we talk of brand identity, ito po yung mga on the surface na nakikita natin. Like logo, tagline, aesthetic style, or the language or tone. Okay? Speaking, alam natin kung sino yung mga Kapampangan kasi iba yung intonation, iba din po yung kanilang plus the fact that they are noisy. Now, that is a brand identity. But what is much important than that is what we call the brand image. What is a brand image? It's about the reputation, the emotion, impression, and belief of who delivers the brand. Now, if we will be combining these two, what you do and say and how people feel towards you represents your brand. Ang ibig sabihin ng brand. So kung susumahin po natin, your brand, bilang Pilipino, ano po ba ang brand mo? It is understandable na meron po tayong colonial mentality na kapag ang ginagamit natin na items are coming abroad, alright, they are of quality, they are of good standard, pero, you see, brand of the Filipinos does not only mean with the item or the physical product that we buy. I was saying that the brand also is connecting or incorporating the brand reputation. Ano ba yung reputasyon natin mga Pilipino? Tayo ay masayahin. Tayo ay reklamador. Tayo ay artistic, talented. Ito po yung mga reputation natin. That is our brand. Now, that doesn't stop from there because we are the brand. Okay? Tayo po ang mga jobs of molding and shaping. Jesus Christ himself is a teacher, and this is what he wanted us to do, to change and shape the culture of the young generation towards goodness. Now, if we are doing the other way, well, mag-isip-isip po tayo. We are representing a Filipino brand, and our brand as a teacher is that we have on how to become the Filipinos. Okay? Medyo ito po yung pet peeve ko bilang Kapampangan, local. Our culture is actually slowly diminishing and it's dying. Why? The children are not talking Kapampangans anymore. They are talking English at Tagalog. Whereas, kung ang mga batang ito hindi marunong magkapampangan, how can the language, the endangered Kapampangan language, continue? Ilan-ilan na lang po tayong mga Kapampangan. Okay? The mabuhay gesture. Now, you've learned what a mabuhay greeting is kanina, at the beginning of my session. Tayong gesture na kasabay at ginagawa when we greet this one. It is in fact very timely na ang gesture na ito ay makakasin in doing handshake because we are prohibited and we are limiting ourselves with physical contact. Okay? Now, this mabuhay gesture is very warm, it's very Filipino, and it can't be found to anywhere. Alright? So how are we gonna deliver this? In saying mabuhay, alright, we put our hands, right hand ideally sa ating dibdib. Okay? And then when we say mabuhay, we our hand to the person whom we are greeting. Right? Let me do that on my end. Okay. So if I'm gonna be saying mabuhay, I would hear and I would say mabuhay. Alright. So in doing a mabuhay gesture, we are actually telling that this greeting comes from my heart to yours. Alright? Meron po akong nakikita ngayon na bagong act yan. I don't know, but parang nakita ko siya sa somewhere in Manila na ginawa po atang ordinance yung mabuhay na nandito lang po siya. Well, meron po tayong konting dito, meron akong konting inhibition about just putting our hands dito sa dibdib kasi po ito ng mga Thai people, ang ating kapitbahay. Right? This is just how they do it for Thai people. At ibang version like this, they would say sawadee-kap. Alright? But for Filipinos, what we would like to make it different, right? We would like to create our own identity. That is why, after putting our hands dito sa right, we are extending it from my heart to the person whom I'm talking to, because this is a warm greeting. Alright? So, one of our output later on is that you will have do the mabuhay gesture. You will be videoing yourself. Siguro mga 5 seconds lang ito. And then you will be uploading that on your face para naman po na po-promote natin kung ano ang mabuhay gesture at saka mabuhay culture. Okay? So, we say that once again. Allow me to demonstrate what gesture is all about. Okay? So, I put my hand sa ating dibdib and then I would say, mabuhay. Okay. So that is our mabuhay gesture. Now, aside sa mabuhay gesture, meron din po tayong paalam gesture. Ang paalam gesture naman po ay something that I want you to go back. I want you to feel, let it stay here. I would say, maraming salamat po, balik po kayo. Right? Or, We could use other phrase, especially nowadays. We could say, let's just probably consider ourselves lucky na natututunan natin ito ahead of time para po nakaka-relate na mga bata at hindi na po mga mukhang K-pop ang ating mga estudyante. Let's be proud of our mabuhay gesture, mabuhay greeting, and moral. Okay? So that is our mabuhay culture. Now, why is it important for us to understand the service excellence and why is it related to social media? Okay? Why it is important for us to do our job better or I would say the best? Because sa ginagawa nating trabaho, lalo na po ngayon, everything is record, everything is on the tip of our fingertips, which is our gadgets. It's easy for us to document. Alright? So, kailangan po nating What do I mean by this? Because people have a louder voice than ever before. In 4 decades ago, 1979, when someone complains, he can tell the complaints to individual. So, nagkaroon ako ng bad experience, sasabihin ko yun to 12 people at the most. Pero kung masaya naman po ako sa natanggap kong serbisyo, ibabalita ko lang po yun sa 6. Okay? Ganun po yung impact. Pero ngayon, 4 decades after 2019, which was just last, hindi lang po maganda or hindi ka lang po nabigyan ng ketchup or gravy ng KFC na in-order mo, take out, ipopost mo na po yan online. Tapos, meron po tayong mga fabrication pa ng mga facts or mga information which are not really happening. Pero nailagay po natin yon. Ngayon, yung mga followers natin, they will be fishing into the information. Oh, saan po ang restaurant na yan? Sino ang nagbigay sa inyo? Tapos yung mga friends mo, ikakalat pa yan sa kanilang mga friends. That is how, and that is the not surprising, but that is a huge effect that social media is creating in our services. Kumusta po tayong mga guro? Kung magkamali po tayong minsan, right? Tao lang naman po tayo, nagkakamali din. At naging witness po ang ilan sa mga estudyante. Matakot po tayo kasi merong recording. Meron na pong mga camera ang mga yan. Tapos itutulfo na tayo. Okay? Let's not forget, and we never forget, the many instances that we have seen on social media pertaining to our fellow teachers. We stand by our teachers and we also stand by our students. But there is a thing, how are we going to protect ourselves with these kinds of injustices? Now, I'm saying now that our job is deeply connected or congruent with how we deliver it in the face of this technology and social media. And this is the very reason why Filipino brand of service. We need to instill the culture. We need to instill the lessons behind the Filipino upbringing. And at the same time, we have to do that while doing our job in a gracious way. Alright? So, as we continue, the 7 Filipino values kung saan po nagro-root yung ating mabuhay culture. Alam ko po meron DepEd. Alright? Nakita ko po yan. Pero ito po in general, ang 7 Filipino values or 7 Filipino M's nare-reflect po sa ating daily lives na baka hindi po tayo aware at this might be your aha moment na oo nga no, ginagawa ko pala to. Okay? Let's try to get to know each one of them starting with alright, makamay-likha. Alright. Okay, I think nawala po daw ako.